Hey, hi, hello. Happy Sunday. It's a sunny day outside, and I'm, as usual, here to do a little body checking. I find that without the public accountability, I do not do as well. So thank you for giving me a place, an incentive to pop on and do a little body check-in, share with you, hopefully encourage you to do a little body check-in too. As usual, I invite you to join me to whatever degree feels good in your body. I encourage you to at least take a deep breath. Let go of some stress. I'm gonna bring my awareness into the bottoms of my feet for a breath or so. Hang myself from the sky. Swing the arms a little bit to loosen things up. Ground myself into the center of the earth. And then I'm going to roll down nice and slow. Just checking in with the spine on the way down. And then hanging from the hips. Letting gravity do some unwinding, shaking that out. I'm going to give myself a nice hug from the waist now, pulling up in the pelvic floor, back in the abdomen, left elbow over right, pulling these shoulder blades apart, some ka-chunking in there, rounding the spine, giving a nice squeeze to the shoulders, and then I'm going to release all that again from the hips. Still contending with a rib injury here, so I gotta be mindful of that. Hanging again from the hips, letting gravity do some unwinding, and this time right elbow over left. Again, pulling up with a rounded spine, pulling those shoulder blades apart, tucking the chin, pulling up in the pelvic floor, back in the abdomen. I'm just giving myself a nice hug. Releasing all that again from the hips. Relaxing the belly, relaxing the back. And then I'm going to roll up, stacking one vertebra on the next, just checking in with the spine. Shake all that out a little bit. I'm going to bring hands behind the back, clasping hands, pressing palms, rolling the shoulder blades together, pressing elbows together. I got to take that nice and slow, letting my rib adjust a little bit there. I've got a rib crack right there, which is causing some instability in the body. It's right under the bra wire, because that is what actually helped crack it. It was not pleasant. Still isn't pleasant, but it does remind me that I'm alive. And for me, physical discomfort is far more manageable than emotional discomfort, so I'll take it. Pulling down with these fingertips, just kind of sliding into that stretch a little bit. Again, taking it nice and slow and mellow today. And coming back up to upright, I'm going to make sure and not lock the knees, and then bending from the hips, trying to bring these with me. I may have to give that up as I get further down. We'll see. Releasing through the belly, releasing through the back, and just pulling gently with these hands to roll the shoulders toward each other and stretch through the chest. Again, I don't have my usual stretch here because of this rib injury, but it's okay. I'm just taking it to where the body feels like is okay. And then giving that a moment or two to release. Releasing through the belly, through the back. Slowly letting those shoulders pull through the chest and shoulders. And now I've got some stability in the rib cage. I can explore this stretch a little bit.
Giving that a couple breaths to unwind and exploring my triceratops line, my imaginary triceratops ridges up here. And then I'm going to lift, pushing from the hips, pushing from the feet rather, hinging from the hips and leading with these fingertips. Coming all the way back through center and into that counter stretch. Got some ka-chunks. Just exploring that range of motion slowly and gently. And I'm going to come back to center. Release those hands. Shake them out. Shake out the shoulders a little bit. I'm going to step back with the left foot into a moderate lunge. Pulling the back hip forward, forward hip back. Tipping the tailbone under. Just enjoying a nice lunge. Gotta remember to breathe and smile, whatever else is going on. It's usually a good idea. I'm going to bring arms up and then push onto the diagonal, feeling for a diagonal line through the heel, through the spine, out the fingertips. And then tipping the tailbone again to come back to upright. I'm going to shift this back heel onto perpendicular line now, opening the hips, pulling this knee out. Check out this side plane here. I'm going to slide this back foot out a little bit more and hinging from the hip. Come into a side twisting triangle. Using my right arm and leg against each other for torque. And lifting that left arm to gaze past those fingertips. In a nice aeroplane pose. I encourage you to make some airplane noises if you feel like it. I'm going to bring this hand around the back for an extra twist. Reaching for the inside of this thigh. Giving all those organs a nice hug. Gazing out past the long leg. And then unwinding all that, I'm going to bring both hands down on the inside of that front right leg for a nice deep lunge here. And then bringing weight onto those hands, bringing that front foot back to meet the back foot, and pressing through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pressing into both heels. I'm going to bend the right knee and press more into that left side. And then bend the left knee, pressing into the right heel. And again, pressing both palms into the left heel. And bending the left, pressing into the right. Still working to tip that tailbone. One more time, into the left, bending on the right. And into the right, bending on the left. My hands are sliding on this blanket. I'm going to press from both heels now. Through both palms to both heels. Through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. I'm going to swing the body forward gently, lifting the chest through the shoulders, dropping the belly, keeping those legs together. Getting a nice stretch through the front of the body, lifting the eyes, lifting the shoulder or chest. Making sure not to sink in the shoulders. Letting the belly sink, drop and stretch and relax. And then lifting those hips, pressing back again into a little bit deeper downward facing dog, upside down triangle, tent pose. Again, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pressing into those heels. And then I'm going to swing this left foot forward. I'm going to protect the rib cage just a little bit while I do that. I'm bringing both hands on either side of that front left leg. I'm going to straighten that leg and drape the body over that left leg, aiming my chin for my toes, just trying to drape the whole body over that left side. And then I'm going to step forward with the back foot, to meet the front foot and hang here again in forward fold. Just letting the spine unwind with gravity, relaxing the back, relaxing the belly, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck. I'm going to bend the knees and swing the arms back, coming into a bit of a counter stretch, pushing the hips forward, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes, and then coming back into neutral. Shake all that out again. Shake it to the left. Shake it to the right. I know it might look silly and feel silly and sound silly, but shaking things off, literally, metaphorically, literally, figuratively, all the ways. Shake it off. I'm going to step back with the right foot, pulling that back hip forward, forward hip back, tipping the tailbone under, into a nice moderate lunge, lifting the arms, making sure not to crunch up in those shoulders, and then pushing through the heel, through the spine, out the fingertips on that diagonal line. Just enjoying that for a breath or so, and then I'm going to put back up to upright by tipping the tailbone and then shifting this back heel forward a little bit onto the perpendicular line, opening the hips now, swinging this front knee out, checking out the side plane here, and then I'm going to slide this back foot out a little bit, bending from the hip into another side twisting triangle aeroplane pose, lifting the right arm, gazing past those fingertips, using my left arm and leg against each other for torque and support to get a little more twist. I'm going to bring this arm around the back to reach for this thigh and gaze out past the long leg, giving all those organs a nice hug, a little wringing out, the spine a little twisting, and then unwinding all of that. I'm going to bring both hands down on the inside of that left leg, bringing weight onto both hands, bringing that front leg back to meet the back leg, pushing through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, and pressing into both of those heels. Enjoying that long line sensation from the palms, through the spine, out the tailbone, and then from the tailbone down the legs, back into those heels. My hands are sliding on my blanket. I'm going to pull the body forward again, lifting the chest through the shoulders, wiggling those legs back a little bit. I'll try to come back to where I can see you. Hi. Letting the belly drop, lifting the chest and the eyes, keeping those legs together. You can squeeze the butt cheeks together to really protect the low back, and then relax the belly, just letting the belly drop. I can add some funny tongue stretch noises there if you feel inclined. It's a good spot for it. I like to rock a little bit on those back toes just to kind of vary up that stretch, play into it a little bit. And then I'm going to lift the hips, pressing through the palms again into a nice deep downward facing dog, triangle pose, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. I'm going to swing that right foot forward, again protecting the rib cage just a little bit, and then bringing both hands on either side of that front leg for a nice deep lunge. And then let's straighten that leg and drape the body over that front leg, aiming chin for toes, trying to relax through the belly, trying to still kind of pull that back hip forward a little bit to allow me to drape the torso over that front leg, aiming my chin for my toes, just relaxing through the belly, through the back. And then I'm going to step forward with that back foot, hanging again in forward fold. I'll scooch back a little bit. Just letting the spine unwind again. Relaxing from the belly, relaxing through the low back, Let's roll up slowly, stacking one vertebrae on the next again. Just checking in with the spine. Let's do some shoulder rolls, medium circles. Breathing in on the way up. Exhaling on the way down. And let's go the other way. Breathing in. Shake all that out. Let's do little circles with the fingers on wrists. Just really exploring that stretch. Encourage you to make it playful. Explore, listen, ask, all those things to the body. Let's go the other way. Hey Lisa, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Sunday to you. Shake that out a little bit. Shake it all out. I'm going to bring my weight onto my right leg and bring this left knee up toward left shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders, tipping the tailbone under, relaxing that supporting foot. Let's do some little foot rotations on ankle for good measure. One way and then the other way. Let's go ahead and do little medium circles from the knee. Just checking in with that knee joint. And still working to relax that supporting side. Try not to counter lean too much. Let's do big hip circles. I encourage you to use a wall or a doorway if need be, or even lay down on the floor and explore some small, medium, and large circles with the limbs. I think that's just the arms and legs. I guess you could do it with the head too. Is that a limb? No. Bringing the left knee up toward left shoulder again. Tipping the tailbone under. I'm going to reach for the bottom of this boot. Enjoy a nice stretch through the shoulders first. Just kind of using that foot to pull on the arms. And then I'm going to pull back with the shoulders. Pulling upright by tipping the tailbone under a little bit. Really focusing on that supportive line from the relaxed supporting foot through that leg, through the spine, and then straightening this leg for a forward fold in the air, or close to it, whatever's comfortable. And then enjoy that for a breath or so. And then release that and bring that over to the left side, just exploring that hip socket a little bit. Again, playfully. Using support if need be. Trying to still focus on relaxing that supporting foot. The tendency is to clench up in the toes, and that actually interferes with balance in my experience. If I can get that supporting foot to relax, I'm going to set this foot in close to the groin and swinging this knee back and out to open the hips. Tipping the tailbone under a little bit. Looking for a nice long and strong line through the core, supported by the spine and the abdomen. I'm going to bring arms up overhead, making sure not to crunch up in those shoulders. And imagine myself an evergreen tree swaying in the breeze on a cool mountain. Release all of that, stomp it out a little bit, my blanket, and then stepping onto the left, bringing my right knee up toward right shoulder, relaxing the shoulders, tipping the tailbone under, relaxing that supporting foot. Let's do some ankle rotation on this side, one way and then the other. And then some medium circles from the knee. Still working on relaxing that supporting foot.
to stay nice and long and upright, not counter lean. Going the other way from the knee. And then let's do big hip circles. Just exploring that range of motion, checking in with the two sides, noticing how they work together and how they're different. Just seeing if the body has anything interesting to tell me today. And letting it know I love it, I appreciate it. I'll bring this knee back up toward the shoulder again, tipping the tailbone under. Looking for a nice supportive line from the bottom of that left foot, through the spine, out the top of the head. Reaching for the bottom of this foot, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy that stretch through the shoulders again by pushing a little bit with that foot, and then pulling back with those shoulders. Straightening that leg as much as possible out front. Still enjoying that supportive line in the left side. Relaxing that foot and releasing on the left side, bringing that over to the right. Explore that hip socket a little bit. Stretching that leg out. If you need to use a wall or a doorway for support or lay down on the floor, this stretch works fine that way as well. You won't get the balance practice, but you get the stretching. Setting this foot in close to the groin again, tipping the tailbone under, swinging this knee back. Looking for a nice, long, and strong supportive line from the bottom of that relaxed left foot through the core, supported by the abdomen and spine. Relaxing the shoulders. Let's bring arms up overhead. And again, imagining myself a strong, flexible, evergreen tree on a long-standing mountain covered in dancing breeze. Releasing all of that. Stomp it out. Shake it out a little bit. Got no clap snap in my hands. It's been a while. It's been months since I had any clap snap in these swollen hands. But that's okay. It is what it is. I'm grateful for them. Give them a little loving rub because that feels good. I encourage you to listen to your own body. See if you can be nicer to yourself. Give yourself a little of what you need to let the arms swing. Left elbow over right, right elbow over left. Get a little knee bend hop in there if you want to get a little more playful. Just a little bendy movement through the rib cage here, which is still talking to me. I sure do wish you a fantastic Sunday. Smooth, supple, stretchy, strong, smiley Sunday to you. Don't forget to play and give yourself some love. Thanks for stopping by. Lisa, Hector, it's good to see you. Peace.